business. And remember, those of you who are just now thinking about being an entrepreneur, make sure to check out scorenashville.org and go to one of those workshops, and we'll help you get started. So our next guest today is John Maddox of Ideashares. John, thank you for being here again.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah,
it's always fun.
Yeah, you are. Well, you always have good information. So John Maddox has founded multiple companies, and one of the current ventures is Ideashares. Ideashares is part of a growing trend of companies that provide important services to startups for equity in the new venture. And it doesn't say this in the introduction, but when folks have a great idea that they're really excited about and they don't know everything they need to do, you all help with that.
Yeah, that's a big portion, part of the objective is to really provide the resources and the knowledge base that's required to kind of put the dots together to streamline the process and increase the efficiency. And let's get real, we're all trying to have success and achieve the return on the time and the capital that we invest. So it's, hey, let's find the resources, streamline the process, and increase the efficiency rate.
Yeah, you figure that stuff out. So tell us, with you today, we're talking about crowdfunding.
Yep.
Tell us what crowdfunding is and what the different types are.
So crowdfunding is a relatively new phenomenon. It started around about 2009, and the premise was, hey, if there's all these people out here that could afford to basically pre-buy one of my products or the idea of my business will back me, then I don't have to go through the complicated process of trying to raise traditional capital, which, hey, it's out there, it's doable, but there's a heck of a lot more people that could afford, hey, 50 bucks. And if you find 1,000 of them, you raise 50 grand to get a small business off the ground. So that was kind of the spark of it. That's evolved into multiple different models. So you've got equity crowdfunding, where you're actually giving up an equity position in the business. You've got rewards based, which is much more of a kind of pre-sell, generally a pre-sell option, or hey, I'm going to tweet about you if you give me $5 as a thank you kind of thing, and you're kind of appealing to the better instincts and the kind-heartedness of folks. You got charity-based crowdfunding, which that might be, hey, I'm going to give $100 so that 200 children in Africa can get X. And those are the top areas. And then you got lending-based crowdfunding, which is basically it's a lot of micro lending. A whole bunch of people, I borrow 50 bucks from you, and in 2 months I'm going to give you back 60. That kind of thought process as a way to both raise capital and also to get return on people's capital in a very small scale.
And it's really important. What especially new entrepreneurs need to know is that there are not a bunch of people lined up out there to give them money to start a business.
That's very true.
So you're now on the radio and you have a show, the Crowdfunding Pitch Radio Show. It's on Super Talk 99.7 on Saturdays from 5 until 6. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the show's it's a lot of fun. I mean, every Saturday from 5 to 6, as you said, I have different entrepreneurs come on the show, and they literally pitch Nashville on why we should back their business idea. So the premise was, hey, there's a lot of great ideas out there, but there's also a lot of people who don't even know what crowdfunding is, let alone are going on the Kickstarters, Indiegogos, and the plethora of other crowdfunding platforms out there to find ideas they're interested in. So the kind of the thought process was, let's get some entrepreneurs on the show. We'll allow people to create that human connection of who they are, what their background is, how they came up with the idea, and then we kind of fast forward directly into a formal pitch to the audience to go to Kickstarter, go to Indiegogo, and actually back their campaign.
Okay. Well, let's take a break for a moment, and we'll get back and talk about more. We'll be right back.